Welcome to my canvas. It is nearly 2:30 p.m. The outside temperature is 46 degree. Today we are going to a very peculiar place, Siyot Cave, which is almost very close to the Indo-Pak border. From Dholavira, the Siyot Cave takes roughly about 3.5 hours. Distance 166 kilometers. One can of course go either from Jamnagar or from Ahmedabad, but that will take a longer distance. So we have eventually arrived at Siyot village, but we have to go to the Siyot Caves little ahead. So we have arrived at the Siyot Cave. You can see these are all basically 5 rock-cut caves which are nearly 2000 years old, 1st century AD, and as the evidence shows that these caves were east-facing sanctum, and originally it was a Shiva temple. Later on, the Buddhists had occupied this place. The Siyot cave is basically 5 rock-cut caves facing towards the east. Mainly the sanctum is facing towards the east, and on the basis of that and also some other evidence, it is interpreted that this was originally a Shiva temple around 1st century AD, and then later on the Buddhists came and started worshipping here, and this was part of the 80 such rock-cut caves all around the mouth of the river Indus across the Indo-Pak borders. And somewhere around 12th or 13th century, again these became a part of what you call the Shaivites. So the Shaivites came and started worshipping again here. Hiuen Tsang, when he visited India around 7th century or so, post-Gupta period, he actually mentions about these congregation of the caves in this entire area, and the reason that it was a very, very dominant Buddhist settlement is evident from the recovered seals which have Buddha images, copper rings and many other things also on them. These are essentially the Brahmi inscriptions on the rock. So probably who are experts in the Brahmi, they will be able to tell. But one can imagine that this place must be humming with the Buddhist hymns, Om Mani Padme Hum, something like 2000 years before present. Amazing indeed. These are all probably Jurassic sediments, Naveen?
Yes.
So, as you can see here, the sections are showing beautiful cross stratifications. In fact, trough cross stratifications are seen wherever a geologist goes, whether it is historical sites or Indus Valley sites, geology never escapes his eyes. Another place probably for solitary meditation. As you can see, this is a solitary sail for the monks, and as I am putting my camera, you can see the bats are hanging from the wall. And from there, very nearby, there is a very startling structure. It is a stepwell which I have never seen in my life. It's a very, very narrow stepwell, built probably contemporary, something like 1st century AD or so. As we are going down, I think now it is dry, but it is probable that it must have punctured an aquifer which is within the Jurassic sand. So I am going down the what you call the stepwell. It is pretty deep, very narrow, and I can see it is dug within the what you call the Jurassic sandstone. How deep it would be?
From the straight from the top of the mountain hillock on which the cave has constructed, it is 50 meters below.
50 meters below. So
the water table was not very
yeah, we are not going very deep because there are bats and there could be snakes. But that is a very, very peculiar kind of stepwell I have ever seen. In fact, again, geology brings me down here. I can see beautiful cross-stratified sandstones, you see. These are all troughs which have been formed, and these are probably kind of lags, channel lags, which are there. But anyway, we are not going to 200 million years. Then Naveen, I would say that the traditional knowledge of the people had always been so good in India, that villagers could find out where exactly, if you dig, the water will come in the dug well and all. But Kutch is a very peculiar place, today. The rainfall is so low, okay. So I was just wondering that you have done so much of, paleoclimatic work, even to the time scale of, let us say, last 5,000 years. So 2,000 years back, what kind of climate is reconstructed for Kutch?
It was, if you go by the record, the climate seems to be much better in the sense that we are getting some evidence of the marginal sea level high.
Okay.
Sea level high is going to have in this area by increasing in the water discharge into the coastal area.
Right.
That can come by two ways. One is the melting of the ice
right.
from the Himalaya through the Indus.
Right.
And second by the increase in the precipitation.
Right.
So it seems conjecturally I can say that the climate was much better compared to what.
Because after the Meghalayan stage, we have done a lot of isotopic work that, around 3400 and all. It seems the monsoon comes back. And that is why probably those pastoralists came back.
Yes.
So, but I do not know, I don't have much idea about what happened, because looking at the Vadnagar, we have seen that there are pulses of strong monsoon and weak monsoon. So 2000 years back, probably it was what in India was something like Indo-Greek rule or something like that, okay? And during that time, as we summarized or surmised, that probably these external invasions happened when monsoon was good. So could be that these are all, you know, contemporary.
Yeah.
In fact, many of these so-called invaders, the Greeks and all, for example, the descendants of Greeks, Ujjain and all, they became Buddhist.
No, so that's what actually precisely there must be fluctuation in the climate for last 2000 years. But certainly the climate, the monsoon began to weaken in this area, and when the monsoon weakens, the impacts are amplified because we are in the arid semi-arid region.
Right.
I think till medieval climatic anomaly, something like 1000 or so,
Yeah.
we do find the evidence of flooding. We do find the evidence of flooding in also in your area, like what was that area?
Rani Ki Vav.
Rani Ki Vav.
Yes.
So these things have now to be brought together in order to understand
Yes.
how human-climate relationship existed
Yes.
during the last 5
I think it would be a great if historians actually join hand with archaeologists and geologists,
Yeah.
so that a very, very nice comprehensive picture can come out.
It's not the story is not only having an academic interest. I think it has a tremendous societal implication considering the global warming as a reality.
Right.
How to really go about it in the future to come.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was a pretty long day. It's late in the evening. We are now returning to Narayan Sarovar. See you some other place, some other time.